Go ahead.
Armando, how much of a boost emotionally was it knowing that Coach Williams was going to be honored and the 82 team was going to be recognized? I mean, basically, like you guys couldn't lose a game where all of that is happening, right?
Definitely, I 100% agree. Just having those guys, Coach Williams, and then Michael Jordan and the other guys come back. I mean, it was huge, and it was a surreal feeling. And once we found out yesterday, we all was just like even more pumped up. Just it being a state game, we already knew the energy was going to be there, and it would be a big game. But just that was the icing on the cake.
Greg Barnes.
Hey, Armando, given some of the challenges last couple of weeks, how good is it for this team to experience this today when everything just seems to be going your way?
Yeah, I mean, it was especially good for a lot of the guys that wasn't here my freshman year that didn't get a chance to just experience playing in a big rivalry game with this environment. I mean, it was a great environment. It was fun. And just for us to be 3-0 right now after the tough week stretch we had last, I mean, it's just great, and we feel good right now.
Thanks.
Josh Graham.
Armando, I'm just curious, when did you know that Michael was going to be here today, and did he get a chance to talk to the team?
Yeah, I saw some on Instagram that said he was going to be there. So I didn't know. I didn't even believe it because he hasn't been here since I've been there. And then when I was in the training room yesterday with Coach Williams, he told me that Michael Jordan and maybe like Sam Perkins and James Worthy was coming. So I was super excited.
Isaac.
And Armando, you joined a lot of that. Lineage today, becoming the 79th 1,000-point scorer in Carolina history. What does it mean to join that?
It's great to just, be a part of such a strong tradition and to join the other 78 players who've also scored 1,000. I mean, I think it's just a testament to just my coaches and teammates and how hard they push me and how much they believe in me.
Thank you.
Adam Smith.
Armando, I just wanted to ask you about the first half and just sort of the feeling of what was happening. I mean, the threes are going in, the lead was just ballooning. This place was getting into it, like just what was the feeling of the first half? It seemed like all the good stuff was sort of pouring out right there in those moments.
Yeah, I mean, we just caught fire early. I think we hit like 10 threes in the first half, and I mean, we're hard to beat when we're shooting the ball like that. I mean, it just was a lot of fun just seeing the guards hit shots and everybody just hitting shots.
Andrew Jones.
Armando, it looks like you guys have found something with Puff coming off the bench. He gives you guys energy, and it just seems like the ball just like things find him. The ball finds him. Could you kind of sort of speak to what he gives you and sort of an added element you guys have picked up here in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, with us losing Ant for the rest of the season, Puff, he's kind of been filling in that role, just bringing that energy, getting all those loose balls, just kind of being a trash man out there. And, I mean, it's just great having a guy like Puff with his length. And, I mean, he's starting to hit shots now, too. And, I mean, it's just great. I'm just so happy for him, just him being out for a whole year and just to come back and hit a big three during this game and get some stops and layups. It was huge for him.
Trayvon Miles.
Yeah, Armando, how eager were you to get back out here after Wednesday on the offensive end, just a little bit of the struggles? How eager were you to get back out here and kind of get yourself established to what you usually do?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely excited, just them being a rivalry. I mean, I still think I could have played a lot better. It still was just trying to get my feel back just around the rim, my touch and things like that. But, I mean, it was just good just to go out there and win and just play hard. And, I mean, even if my shot not falling, I'm going to go out there and just play my hardest and try to affect the game in other ways, too.
Michael Coe.
Armando, how nervous were you for Jackson when he stepped to the line for free throws to give you guys 100 points?
Oh, man, Jackson, he's one of our best free throw shooters. But, I mean, once he missed that first one, I didn't know. I mean, I was thinking, like, man, I hope he hit it. But it's a lot of pressure trying to get that 100-point. But, I mean, I'm just glad for him, too, just him being able to hit a big shot. We're from the same hometown. I know how much it means to just him and his family and just all the fans, too, and it was great.
Thank you.
Gregory Hall.
Armando, obviously on Monday and Wednesday, both games, starters logged a lot of minutes, looked gassed. Just what were the last 2 days like as far as recovery and whatnot, and to be able to have the legs that you guys needed today?
Yeah, Thursday we had off, so we got a chance to rest. But I mean, Friday it was still the same type of practice that we usually have. I mean, it is what it's just gonna be for right now. We're down a few guys, so we got no choice.
All right, Andrew, last one for Mondo, and then we'll get Brady Manick in here shortly. Go ahead.
You hit on this a little bit, but I just wanted to ask more directly. Was this the most fun you guys have had this year? And did you really need to have this kind of game where you had this much fun?
Yeah, I would definitely say this is one of the most fun games. Just us beating a solid team in NC State and the crowd. I mean, it was sold out and it was just packed and fun and everybody playing good. We shared the ball, got good minutes from bench players too, and I mean, all the alums coming back, seeing the championship team, and then them honoring Coach Williams and us getting to talk to them after the game. I mean, it all was just great, and it's just a special night for Carolina.
Thank you, Mondo.
No problem.
Everybody sit tight. We again, we'll try to get to as many questions as we can. Go ahead first, Josh Graham.
Brady, from the margin of victory to the crowd to Michael Jordan sitting courtside, is this how you imagined Carolina basketball to be when you transferred here?
Most definitely. That's a unreal experience. That's definitely one of the reasons to pull me here was for a game like that. And, with Michael being here, it's makes it 30 times better. That's awesome. That's unbelievable. That was a really fun game. We had a really good time out there, and we all played really well.
Gregory Hall.
Brady, you've obviously been a part of some good shooting. I mean, you've made eight threes in the game yourself, but just what was different about today, especially considering the struggles you guys have had recently?
Yeah, we came out, we played together, we played hard. It was just a super fun game. Crowd was awesome. Everybody leading up to the game was talking about the NC State UNC rivalry, the hate for both schools towards one another. I didn't really understand it, but being at that game, it was special, and you could tell that people cared, people wanted to be here. It was awesome.
CL Brown.
Brady, how do you guys kind of channel this? Certainly, I'm not expecting 15 threes at Louisville on Tuesday, but how do you kind of channel this kind of performance and take it on the road where it's kind of been problematic?
You just gotta play just like we just did. Play together, play hard, rebound. Not expected to make every shot, but coach expects us to play hard. So that's what we need to do. We need to play together and just have a good time playing, have fun.
Mike Toper.
Hey, Brady, I wanted to ask you specifically about the first half, because on defense, you're contesting shots at the paint, you're getting out and hitting those threes. What just went so well for you in the first half? And is that, the scouting report? Because like I said, the game plan looks like it was almost perfect there in the first half.
They hit a couple threes on me in the first half. I was trying to contest them. Kind of figured out there that we were doing well when they were driving, and we kind of just started. We played together today on defense, and it was really cool to see. You had guys with blocks, getting rebounds, pushing it in offense. So our good defense was leading to the good offense, and defense is hard, and it's something that not everybody's gonna be good at. Not anybody's gonna be really good at. Is there a way to be good at defense? I mean, you're still gonna get scored on, but I mean, we just we played hard, and they weren't making shots there early, and we got a good lead ahead, and just played well. And like I said, our defense led to our offense.
Joshua.
Hey, Brady, last week you talked about the need to make smart plays, execute better offensively. How do you think you guys were able to turn that around? Obviously 3-0 this week, but especially tonight, best offensive performance of the season.
Yeah, tonight we were making shots. We were sharing the ball. I mean, we had, I believe that says 17 assists as a team. That's really cool. It's special. You get guys looking for other guys. There were several times there were driving kicks to the corner, drive, kick to the top of the key, post feeds. I mean, we did it all. We were having a really good time out there, and you could tell that everybody was glad to see everybody succeed.
Adam Smith.
Brady, you're talking about good defense leading to the offense. Did you feel like you were able to, in transition, just run to spots and sort of walk into some threes? It seemed like there were several times, people found you where you just free and easy and a clean look.
Yeah, so you got to credit that to Caleb, RJ, Leaky. Puff did it a couple times, and you got guys that can get the rebound and go, and they're drawing all the defense when they get in there because everybody's trying to stop the layup, and we got guys spotting up wide open. So yeah, definitely, I was walking into some open area, and guys were finding me, and I was making shots today.
Andrew, go ahead.
Brady, going back to defense, did you get the sense early on that you guys were kind of clicking with the rotation and the help defense, and that you said it was a great team defensive game? Did you get that sense early on? And without obviously having seen the film of it, do you think that the way you guys played in the first half, keeping them from having success with the drives, that was as well as you guys have played against an athletic team like that in a while?
Yeah, I'd say we were forcing them to make tough shots, and guys were helping on the roll. Guys were helping on the ball screens. We were forcing them to make contested mid-range jumpers, contested threes, contested at the rim. So, I mean, we just had a really good day, and hopefully we can keep doing it and keep carrying it on, and look forward to playing the rest of the year.
Thank you.
All right, Adam, last one for Brady.
Brady, it'll be February next week, and just wondering, does a day like today make you think there may be some extra gears or extra levels that this team has? Like, where would you sort of rate you guys as you're turning into the home stretch of the regular season?
We've seen it several times. We've played well multiple times throughout the year. We've had good flashes. I mean, we're playing well right now. Last 3 games we battled. We had a lot of games the last 2 weeks, and guys were ready to battle. Guys were ready to play big minutes, and it's just really good to see how we came out and played today. It's exciting. I do think we keep playing like that, like how we did tonight, and we have several other games this year. I think we're going to be really good. We just can't go back to having the struggle and having off nights, and when we do have those off nights, just kind of shutting down. But I think we're headed in a good direction, and I hope we can keep it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brady. Thanks, everybody. Sit tight. I think we'll have. All right, Michael Coe, go ahead.
Hey, Leaky, as a defensive guy, what does it mean to you that this team held Sebron, one of the best scorers in the ACC, to just 2 points?
It means a lot. It means we're paying attention to detail. We're locking in on the scouting report, and yeah, it just means we're really paying attention. It was locked in today.
Thank you.
Isaac.
Leaky, you've made a 3-pointer now in 3 straight games. Have you found something new with your shot? You in a new rhythm? What's going on there?
Man, it's just a confidence thing, man. That's pretty much all it is. Everyone keeps telling me to keep shooting. At the end of the day, you see one go in, you're going to keep shooting, and that's just what it is.
Awesome. Thank you.
Andrew?
When you guys had that road trip that you had, you come home with 3 games in 6 days, I guess it was. other than winning, the way you guys had to battle for the first two games, then had fun and had everything clicking today, is this exactly what you were hoping to get out of these 3 games? Being tested some, and then today having the kind of fun that you guys did?
Of course. Like I said, it just shows that we're paying attention to detail. You know, we're locked in. You know, last week was a really rough week, and it just shows that perseverance, man. This team is just the way that we fought. You know, this week was huge. You know, hopefully that'll give us a little boost going down the road.
If I can ask a quick follow-up, how much fun was today? Was this maybe the most fun you guys have had this season?
Absolutely. You know, just seeing the fans have fun too. You know, everyone getting up smiling, and after every shot goes in, you know, that's what we're here for, man.
Thank you.
Isaiah?
Leaky, could you just detail the game plan going in on how to defend C-Bron?
Yeah. Okay. Pretty much just yeah. I'll get back to that question. We play them again. I'll get back to that question after that.
Mike Tope.
Hey, Leaky, I want to ask you a little more about defense as a team, specifically in the first half. You guys had 7 blocks. You're contesting shots at the rim. What went so well for you defensively, and what was your impression coming out of that, the fact that you guys did play so well there in the first half?
Yeah, just playing with the energy. You know, coming out on defense, just playing with the energy. You know, we start getting like the easy rebounds, like loose balls, and you see the shots go in. And so I just keep trying to preach to the team that everything starts on defense. And once we take that confidence early, you know, obviously it's going to be a long game for them.
CEO?
Leaky, you predicted, or at least said you didn't want to jinx it, that you guys weren't going to shoot as bad as you did on Boston College. You got a prediction going forward on how you guys can kind of harness what you did today and take it on the road Tuesday?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I said, do you have any predictions on how you guys can harness what you did today and take it on the road and kind of play with the same, you know, focus and execution on Tuesday?
Right, just not get fat and happy. You know, that's one of the things that you know, Michael Jordan was just telling us, that we got to play with passion. You know, and it's just when we play with passion and energy, you know, everything else pretty much will take care of itself. You know, but the coach is just preaching just not to get fat and happy. You know, because previously when we win a game, we play good, we'll come out lay egg, and it's, you know, feels like the end of the world. So we just got to use this momentum and keep building on this.
Can you tell us what else Jordan told you?
Nah.
Gregory Hall.
Leaky, you've obviously been on teams that have seen Kobe White go off in 3, Cole Anthony, and just teams that have been successful shooting the 3 ball. Did anything feel different about today's game? I mean, 15 threes is 3rd most in the Smith Center in UNC history.
No, it didn't feel different to me because, you know, when I was getting recruited here, I used to come watch the games with, you know, Marcus Page, Joe Barry, and then obviously playing with Kobe and then Cole. You know, you get used to stuff like that, and that's just, I don't want to say that's what Carolina basketball is. You know, that fun game where guys hitting tough shots like that. You know, we love to see it.
All right, Adam, last one for Leak.
Leaky, for the record, I had my hand raised about Jordan in the postgame locker room before you mentioned him. So just can you take us inside there and just give us a peek at what that was like who spoke and what did they tell you? What was the vibe like? Just like, what was that whole scene like? Must have been pretty incredible.
Right. Yeah. The man was right there in front of us. So we were all just starstruck. But I can't dive in too much, but I'm going to tell you, he was just basically saying, you obviously know how emotional Coach Davis is, and he was emotional in the locker room. And Coach Davis walked in, he spoke first, and then he, you know, set the floor for Mike. And pretty much he was just telling us when our coach has more passion than we do, than we were out there playing with, you know, that's a recipe for disaster. So he was just telling us just to feed off this energy and basically play with emotion, have fun, and that's pretty much it.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Leaky. Everybody sit tight. I think we'll have Coach Davis and Caleb coming up shortly. Josh Graham, go ahead.
Hubert, Leakey was just telling us that Michael's message to the team was to play with passion and to play even with more passion than you show, which we know is a lot. How would you describe that scene of Michael talking to the team and what it might have done for your guys?
Well, I thought our team did play with a lot of passion and energy and toughness. And, one of the things that we had talked about in preparation to, the 3 games this week is that, there's 3 things that we wanted to focus on. Number one, being the best defensive team that we could be. Number 2, rebounding the basketball really well. And the third thing is take care of the basketball. And I told them that I'm not a really big stat guy, but just looking at the stats, when we, there's a difference in the wins versus the losses in terms of average points per game. I think it was 63 to 90. There was a difference in terms of the stats, in terms of rebounding the basketball, and there was a difference in terms of the stats between the wins and the losses, and taking care of the basketball and not turning the ball over. And I said, if you take those 3 things and we do those things really well, the offense will take care of itself. And in combination with the the energy and the effort and the passion that they had, we just played really well today. And I'm very proud of this team.
Michael Coe.
I know you just said you're not a big stat guy, but when you see that 4 quarters ended with at least 3 assists, you've talked a lot about sharing the basketball this season. What does that say about this offense that those guys can rack up that many assists?
Well, I also gave them this other stat. We were 7-0 when Caleb has 5 or more assists. We're 8-0 when Leakey has 3 or more assists. And prior to this game, we were 10-4 when RJ had more assists and turnovers. And I said, we got to get back to sharing the basketball. And I love their ability to score, but when we consistently pass up good shots to get great shots, and we're sharing the basketball, and it's a combination of ball movement plus player movement, I think we're really good offensively, and I think we shoot the ball really well. I mean, every night we're not going to make 15 threes, but the ball movement and the player movement was really good. And but I think it all started from how we played defensively, how we rebounded the basketball, and how we took care of the basketball against NC State, because their pressure on the ball creates a lot of turnovers, and I just thought we did a really good job of not turning the ball over.
Thank you.
Kip Coons.
Yeah, Hubert, considering how well your team played in front of the 82 guys today, how soon would you like to get the 93 team into the Smith Center?
Yeah, we can get the 93 team, the 2017 team. If we're going to play like that, let's get them all here. It was really neat for me personally to have the 82 team here, because I remember them winning the national championship. I think I said this before in the press conference yesterday. I remember missing the first half of the championship game against Georgetown because I was a Boy Scout and we had a Boy Scout meeting, and my parents wouldn't allow me to skip the Boy Scout meeting to watch the entire game. So I only got to watch the second half. But, to have Michael here and Buzz Peterson and Matt Doherty and the 82 team is, and for our guys to be able to see them and see the bond that they have had for so many years, because they have shared experiences of playing together and being a team. I think it really encouraged them, and it gave them a great visual of what it's like to be a team and what it means to be successful here at North Carolina.
C.L. Brown.
That actually was my question, just in terms of, you're talking, you talk a lot to them about the history and tradition about this place, and actually having physically in front of them. I was wondering, how you felt like it impacted them. Was there anything that you feel like will carry over because of this, in terms of, your togetherness and how you play?
Well, my hope is that it carries over, and my hope is that it builds. I was really emotional after the game today, And I was emotional because I was just really proud of the guys. You know, just last week, they were taking a lot of heat after losing to Miami and Wake Forest in the manner in which we lost. And I just remember a week ago us having a team meeting and them thinking that I was going to be angry with them, and it was the exact opposite. I was so proud of them. And I told them that, you know, we have to stick together. We have to be positive. We have to be enthusiastic. And more importantly, we have to do this together. And for us to come for this week and play three unbelievable teams in Virginia Tech and Boston College and NC State, and for us to play the way that we did, it's just an example of perseverance, an example of fight, and I'm just really proud of them.
Andrew Jones.
Coach Brady spoke about the defense in the first half, about guys rotating, helping out, and other guys challenging shots. What stood out to you about what you really liked what the guys did defensively in the first half? I thought everybody was tied in together. We were playing great team defense. In the second half against Boston College, Brady, when I get upset, Brady says, "Oh, you're coming in hot, coach." And then when I get upset, RJ says, "I'm bugging." And so after the game, they were like, "Coach, you were bugging and you came in hot." And I said, "Yeah, I was bugging. Yes, I came in hot." And then the next day, I showed them 13 clips in the second half of why I was bugging and why I was hot. And it was just really good for them. I said, "This is why I was upset." And I said, I was upset because we weren't playing defense as a team in the second half against Boston College. But I said, the bigger picture is, you know, this won't work against NC State. I said, they're too good. This is not going to work against the remaining teams that we're playing. And for them to see it, and then for me to give them those stats about defense and rebounding, take care of the basketball, I just really felt like it gave them a perspective, a clear outlook of what we needed to do as a team. And our help defense was great. I can't remember how many blocks that we had, but our weak side defenders. NC State, one of the things they do really well is they attack the offensive boards. They're the number one offensive rebounding team in our league, especially when those guards attack the basket. Their big guys just roll to the basket and they get a lot of offensive rebounds. Our help side defenders came over and boxed out, and our togetherness defensively was the best part today. It was really good. Not just leaky.
We got time for a few more. Josh.
Hey, Coach. All five starters got on the board early in that first half. How important is it for you guys to get out to an early lead like you did today? Because that hasn't really happened in the past few games, and that obviously erupted into a much larger lead with that really good first half.
Well, it's always good to get off to a good start. My focus is on sustaining that throughout the game, and I felt like we did that in large part. I mean, the big key for me was coming out at halftime. You know, we talked about that first 5 minutes, you know, continue to defend and rebound and take care of the basketball, continue to put pressure on them as we push the ball in transition and attack the basket through post, penetration, and offensive rebounds. And so that first 5 minutes in the second half, we were able to actually extend our lead. And so that was the point that I was most proud about is that we didn't come out in the second half and feel like we accomplished something just for 20 minutes. We actually got better in the second half and continue to do that throughout the game.
All right, we got two more, Trayvon and then Isaac, and we're going to get Caleb in here in a moment. So,
Hey, Hubert, just from your history and relationship with Coach Roy Williams, how important and how special was it to see your guys play the way they did the day that you guys honored him?
Well, I just thought it was important for us to play well because we wanted to play well. You know, it was great having, to play on a day where Coach Williams was honored. It was great to play a day where the 82 championship was honored and recognized. Also, Raymond Felton and Marvin Williams were here. And so just to see so many former players and coaches and, Carolina family here at the game and being able to experience this place and be able to cheer on the current guys, that's the thing that was fun for me, is that there's nothing better than a Saturday afternoon game in the Smith Center. And to be able to play well with the 82 team here and also a celebration for Coach Williams, it just makes it a really good day today. Today was a good day for Carolina basketball.
All right, Isaac, last one for Coach David.
Coach, with Dawson still not here, and obviously we hope things are going well back home for him and his family. How important is it to see what Puff did today? Career high 8 points, 6 rebounds, first 3-pointer of the season. Talk.
Well, the thing that I like about Puff, like he doesn't care when he gets in the game, the manner in which he gets in the game, how he gets in the game. He just wants to play. And I just saw him before I came here. He was in the training room and nothing was wrong with him. He was just explaining that he was on fire. He says he couldn't stop moving. And I mean, he was just diving on the floor. He was guarding everybody out there on the floor. He was rebounding. He, over this entire season, at great length, I've talked about, energy, effort, and toughness. I don't have to ever mention that to Puff. He plays with a sense of urgency and a joy that I think really only comes from his inability to play the last couple of years. I mean, he's hardly played last year. He was injured most of the year this year. And so when he gets a chance to get out on the court, the joy of playing, the joy of being healthy, the joy of having an opportunity to be out there on that floor, it just comes out in his play. And he played really well today. He's 6'8", he's long, he's versatile on the defensive end, and I really feel like he can get even better because he's not even in a rhythm offensively. And so I was really proud of Puff, his energy and his effort, and the plays that he made today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Everybody sit tight. We'll have Caleb here momentarily.
At least 5 assists, and obviously you had 5 today. But how cool was it to see not only you have a lot of assists, but also 3 other starters recorded at least 3? What does that say about the level that this offense was playing today and how they could perform later in the season?
Just us playing as a team. We were all sharing the ball, and when we do share the ball, we get open looks for all of our teammates, and that's our best basketball, when we sharing the ball and we all having fun and we all knocking down shots.
Thank you.
CL?
Caleb, Hubert talks a lot about the tradition and the history of this program. What was it like for you personally to kind of, see that in person, to have it in your face, to have the team back and to have Coach Williams honored today?
Oh, it was great. I love Coach Williams, and he obviously, everybody knows what he did here as a coach and his impact on North Carolina. And so, just him being honored is great, and I'm proud of him, and I'm thankful to be able to be coached by him. And so, just seeing all the guys that came back and that 82 team, and seeing Michael Jordan sitting sideline is just crazy. And I'm glad we got the win.
Adam Smith, go ahead.
Caleb, that's exactly where I was going. When you're out there playing, and things are happening good, was it almost hard not to look over at Jordan and see what he was doing? I mean, were you curious, to see what he's doing over there? He's so close.
Yeah, when I knocked down my first 3, I looked right at him. It wasn't intentional, but
Right.
I looked at him, and we kind of made eye contact. But it's just crazy to see him there. He's the greatest to ever play this game, and so just seeing him sitting sideline and watching us play and us playing good is just inspirational.
Very quick follow-up. Had you ever seen him in person before?
No, I never seen him in person. Yeah, this is my first time.
Cool. Thank you.
Gregory Hall?
Caleb, do you reserve the 3 goggles for particularly special shots?
Yeah, I leave that up to RJ. That's RJ celebration.
When you made that 3 off the transition off the steal, just skipping down the court, State called timeout. Just how did that one in particular
feel as you guys took like a 33-point lead?
Just a lot of excitement, adrenaline flowing and a lot of excitement in the crowd. You get the crowd in it, and just me playing to the crowd. And so when I hit the three, it's just celebration, and I was feeding off the crowd.
Isaac, go ahead.
Caleb, going back to Coach Williams, I noticed as you came out of the tunnel pregame, you reached up and gave him a high five. Was that a premeditated thing, just spur of the moment? You saw your coach and wanted to connect with him?
Now I do that every home game. Every game he's up there, I always give him a handshake, and that's not really like for show. It's our relationship is that tight, and what he did for me last year, even through those growing pains, and I'm thankful to have him as a like a mentor and a coach.
Thank you.
All right, CL.
Caleb, you guys kind of got your confidence back with these last 3 games, but on Tuesday you'll be back on the road, which is presented some problems throughout this season. How do you guys kind of channel what you did today and take that to Louisville on Tuesday?
We just go back to the drawing board. You know, we 0-0 now. Yeah, we got this win. We're gonna celebrate this win for today. But we right back at it tomorrow, and we got to lock in for Louisville and just keep our hard hats on and do what Coach tells us to do, and going to Louisville knowing that what we got to do it and what's at stake.
All right, Josh Graham, last one for
Caleb, what resonated from what Michael Jordan had to say to you guys?
Just going out there, playing with energy and playing with effort. You know, he told us that the coaches can't have more energy than us, and the coaches can't show more emotion than us. So, what I just took from that is that you know you just got to go out there and play your hardest and leave it all out there every time you step on the floor. No matter if a missed shot or you're not playing as good, you can always control the controllable, and that's playing with energy, effort, and toughness.
Thanks, Caleb. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you on